'Cause I am a barefoot man, barefoot to make my stand. I bare my soles for all the world to see, yeah. I am a barefoot man, feet planted firmly in the sand. Bare your souls, come along with me. Lose your shoes, lose your blues, come along with me.
This week's episode, one of the jobs that we did when we were on the hard in Fort Pierce was painting the sugar scoops with new NonSkid. We've had a few different issues with this product. We decided to go with the light gray color. As you can see, it's not really light gray. It's kind of a darker gray. And this summer, it was incredibly hot. To the point that you almost couldn't stand on this because it was too hot to stand on it. So we do have a white NonSkid that we were going to use for the decks, but we've decided that we're going to use part of that on this sugar scoops. So basically our project for today is acetone, give it a little sand, and then paint it white. The other issue that we had with it, we only did one coat of it last time, and all the NonSkid silicone beads have kind of disappeared, and when it's wet, it's really slippery. So this time we're gonna do at least 3 coats of the NonSkid, and hopefully it holds up better over time. So we'll let you know how it goes throughout this process. It's gonna be fun not having access to the sugar scoops today.
Yeah, Fox isn't gonna like that.
What happened there?
There's a little bubble here for some reason in the fiberglass.
Didn't we fix that last time?
Did you fix it? Maybe that's what happened.
Did I just paint over a bubble?
I'm not sure.
But what'd you do?
That's sharp. Luckily it didn't draw blood. Well, to be honest, we didn't put enough coats of it on, did we? And it's also too hot, as you stated. So let's go over to the white, which we'd already decided, but we just haven't got around to it just yet. But today is the day. Erica has decided we're not waiting any longer.
Yep.
So that's today's mission.
Hello, Mr. Slim.
Oh, Slim Shady. I think we're doing epoxy repair on this one, babe.
Yep. It's bigger than I thought.
Yeah, it's a little deeper than I thought as well.
So you want to use the totable?
Yeah, totable. Trying to pull it out. Just get that while it's still got colours.
Mixy, 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 mixy.
So to be honest, sometimes with a little repair like this, there's a couple of choices. I could either put a little bit of fiberglass matting in there and then a bit of polyester like Bondo, Sikaflex, what's that Sika one we use quite often, on the top. This is a high water area, not so much because of following waves and all that sort of stuff, but mainly because that's the side of the boat where Foxy's pee pad is on the lower step, and we permanently hose that step down all the time. So instead of using a fiberglass, the fiberglass is actually intact, it's actually just the build up where the gel coat used to be. So we decided to go with the Total Boat Total Fair, which is an epoxy base. So this is going to take slightly longer, so we're not going to be able to do the priming and the painting today. Maybe we'll get the primer on it, but we need to let this dry pretty much overnight before we can actually do the painting. So it's delayed us by a day, but it's going to be a better repair.
But the epoxy one doesn't shrink.
No, it doesn't shrink, whereas the this sort of stuff here is basically like a talcum powder base in it, and over time it can shrink ever so slightly. So if you haven't got a long time to wait and you want to do like an instant repair, I would always go with something epoxy based rather than the polyester based. All right, put this on and wait 3 hours.
Mixed a bit much.
Oh, definitely mixed way too much. I always do. All right.
3 hours later.
3 hours later, and ba-ding.
Yeah, that NonSkid has just come off completely on that bottom step.
Yeah, but I think that doesn't really help. I can't blame the product when we only put one coat on.
Yeah.
So
But the temperature was just
Oh, but that was the colour. And it's definitely not light grey. That I'd say to Total Boat that their light grey is not actually light.
Yeah.
But, you know, everyone's interpretation of a colour is slightly different, isn't it?
So how are we going to get a coat on today?
Well, I'm going to re-primer everything.
The whole thing?
I've got to get the primer out anyway for that, so I'm just going to re-primer both steps. We're doing it. Erica's favourite job.
I hate taping. And I hate painting.
Erica hates bow jobs, basically.
I don't hate bow jobs. I just did so much painting in the yard that it's just killed my liking for the job. Alright, so that repair is finished. It's all taped up. Next step, primer. Okay, so we are using the Total Boat Total Tread. But one of the tricks with this paint is it has little silicone beads in it, which is what makes the NonSkid. So you have to make sure you stir it, and you even have to stir it just before you pour it into your paint tray. And even then you need to make sure you're moving it around so the silicone beads don't drop to the bottom of it. That's what we figured out last time. Last time it didn't go on very evenly, so hopefully this time it does go on better now that we know what we're working with. So when Davy asked if I needed gloves, the answer to that question was probably.
So what do you reckon, guys? Is she doing a good job? Did she miss any bits? I don't think she missed any bits. I think it looks alright. I think she's getting better at this.
This side's harder.
Why? Opposite hand?
Yeah.
It's exactly the same shape. Just a mirror image.
Yeah, but I feel like this top step is a little bit smaller.
No, it's the same size.
So in painting the sugar scoops this time with the Total Tread Total Boat paint, it's gone on so much better, and I think that has to do with the roller choice that we used. So last time we used a foam roller, and the NonSkid didn't go on very evenly. It was like there was bits of it here and there. But with this roller, it's like a fluffy one, it just goes on so much more even, and it actually feels like the NonSkid is there.
Yeah, the other thing is we're mixing it probably better. Giving it a good mix, then waiting, pausing, and then giving it another mix before it goes into a small tray. I think that's also helping. Anyway, it's probably technique, and we probably wore it off last time as well because we used it so quickly. Yeah. We only let it dry for the recommended 16 hours, but the thing is, paint takes a while to really harden. So this time it's perfect because we're actually going on a little trip. So the boat's going to be sitting for a little bit, so to give it time to actually really harden up before we get back.
Okay, so this time around, Davy's going to be doing the painting because I just painted my nails. Can you say spoiled?
Ever heard the thing about painting yourself into a corner?
I'm working my way up the hill.
Don't step on the paint.
Don't step on the new paint. This is where Davy goes for a swim.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is always the best part of any job, is peeling the tape off. But then again, it's white on white, so... And it looks like white on yellow. Probably needs a good scrub. It's a different type of white.
Yeah. Gotta get that blue tape off though, because it...
Yeah, if we left this while we were gone and then came back, that would be horrible.
We'd never get it off. touching the paint.
It's dry. This has come up so much better than the last time. So it's come up so much better. That's probably because I did the second coat.
Ha ha ha. Okay, so as Davy's taking off the last bit of tape on the other side of the sugar scoop, he did mention we are going on a holiday. So we are actually leaving the boat here. We are on a mooring, as you can tell. So we're actually going to Canada for the holidays. So we're really looking forward to spending Christmas in Canada. It'll be the first Christmas I've spent with Mom and Dad in 6 years or so. And it'll be the first time Fox is in Canada for winter. So I wonder what she's gonna do with snow. That could be interesting. So as we are gonna be flying internationally with a dog, we are gonna put together one of our episodes into just that, telling you the ins and outs of traveling internationally with a dog. There's lots of paperwork and different bits and pieces that you need to be aware of. So we thought we'd make a full-on episode for that. So hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. Stay tuned for more next week.